everybody. Welcome back to another night of Let's Talk Benchrest with Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies. And tonight we had some big plans, but those plans got changed. But we're gonna get through this, and we're gonna talk to one of our panelists tonight and ask him a few questions. And I've decided that in the weeks to come, we're gonna uh, take a week and talk to each one of our panelists and find out a little bit of history about them and how they got into shooting Benchrest, or did it start with hunting and then work your way into precision shooting, or vice versa? If you reload, we'll talk about reloading. If you're a YouTube creator, we'll talk about how you got into YouTube creating. If you're a target maker, how did that come about? But tonight we'll be talking to Justin Lowe about his history and learn a little bit about Justin. But I encourage everybody in the side chat to, if you know Justin, share some stuff about him. Please be nice. And if you don't know Justin and you would like to ask questions, please do so. Ask questions. So, Mike, MN Shooting Sports already says Justin who, so we don't know Justin. I think Justin might be a little bit nervous tonight. We'll break him in right, but he kind of got put on the spot. But anyways, back in the green room, we've already got all of our panelists back there, and we're going to bring them out one at a time, and we'll let them tell us about how their week's been going. And looks like the side chat's already starting to roll. So let's go ahead and start bringing these people out of the green room. Up first, we got Hasbro. How you doing, buddy?
Evening. Good to be with you tonight. Good with you all. We're going to have a fun time learning about Justin and maybe picking on him a little bit. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I love it. I love it when people pick on him because he likes to pick on me all the time. So
does he? Does he know?
Yeah. So we're going to save him for last so we can roast him here just a little bit as we bring everybody
on. That's a good idea. Good idea. So, looking forward to it, though.
Yes, sir. How about Minnesota Mike from MN Shooting Sports? How's your week been, Mike?
Week's been real good so far. Don't got anything really made. Well, I got a shoot coming up tomorrow morning, but hoping I'll be doing all right for it. I'm actually sitting here with my foot on a big old ice block because getting old sucks, and I've got a little gout going on at the moment. But it's not really bad, so I think I'll get through it tomorrow. But yeah, let's bring that young whippersnapper Justin out here and talk about old man diseases. So
I know all about that gout. I had to take alpurinol for several years to combat it, but I've lost some weight, and I've quit taking the alpurinol, and knock on wood, I haven't had any gout attacks, so hopefully we can keep them at bay. All right, up next, we got that Southern Rifle George from Kentucky.
What's going on, man?
How you doing, George? How's your week been, buddy? You got to do any shooting this week?
Done a little bit of shooting. It's been good in that way. It's been pretty good, yeah.
Yep. Like I seen a few videos of yours come out. You're shooting in the wind.
Yeah. Shooting. You either shoot in the wind or you don't shoot. The way it is around here.
Yep. We can't catch a break in the weather, seems like, around here right now.
No.
It's either windy or rainy.
One or the other right now.
Yep. All right. Well, up next we got that Rimfire Dave. How you doing, Dave? How's your week been?
It's been busy. The rains every day, and so I mow a lot of grass, and I have been doing a little bit of shooting, not much. My gun came in finally, so I'm ready to go shoot tomorrow and talk to Justin tonight.
Yeah. I see a lot of people over in the side chat Chips is already asking what his shoe size is. I'm not sure why he's asking that. I mean, all right, up next we got that American Hillbilly. How's your week been, buddy? You got them ears lowered. I see that.
Oh man, it got hot. I had to go get my summer haircut.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
Did you get
So
your summer bath in too?
that's coming next week. And so you only do so much, 1 week. But yeah, man, good to be here. It's like, man, I was like, who's this Justin you're speaking of? And then I'm like, oh, yeah, Justin. Got a eye like an eagle and hunts like a beagle. Man, I know who you're talking about.
Well, let's get him out of the back room, shall we? I think he's back there blushing long enough. All right, Justin Lowe from here in Eastern Kentucky, my buddy, my pal. We're gonna put you on the spot tonight. How's your week been, brother?
Been good. Been busy. School's finally over with, and just got back from some training in Frankfort, Kentucky, and now the work begins this summer.
Yeah. So y'all would think a teacher would take summer break and like take it easy, but he was over at my house this evening and he started telling me all the side jobs that he's taken on this summer. And he's working harder this summer than what he does teaching school.
I'll be ready for school to start back, so I'll get a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he just likes that money. He wants a new gun, maybe.
Yeah. Gotta have a side hustle if I want cool toys. So
Yeah. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go around the room tonight and we're gonna ask questions and let you answer them, kind of get to know you a little bit. And I've been knowing you for what, about 3 years now? 4?
3 years.
3 years, yeah. So
I believe April made 3 years, something like that.
Yep. So, a little backstory. I got to know Justin by this 22 match that I started putting on, and I was a member of the gun club, and we had no wooden bench up there that had 4 stations on it, and I went up there and shot on that bench a lot, and I was by myself all the time, so shooting off that wooden bench was not a big deal. I mean, you're sitting there by yourself. There's no shaking. There's nothing like that. Well, I got it in my mind that I wanted to start doing a rimfire match, and I went to the club president and talked to him, told him what I had in mind, and he's like, yeah, adopt your rule book, get you some rules established, and start doing it. We'll help you any way we can. So I called for my first match, and I kept it within the club's Facebook page because I didn't want to get a bunch of people in there from surrounding counties and me not having my stuff together. I wanted to get my bearings before I started putting it out to the public. So never met Justin before in my life, and him and his other buddy shows up, and he's like, I was like, well, how'd y'all hear about it? And I forget how y'all heard about it, but it wasn't
Market Robinette's.
okay. Yeah. So the guy, the gun store owner, told him about it. So here's 2 guys shows up. I've never seen them before in my life. They're not a part of our Facebook group, and I'm like, oh man, the cat's out of the bag. So
You got some ringers coming in there.
yeah. So Justin says, well, we need to figure out what class you want to put us in. What type of classes do you got? And I was like, well, we got a hunter class, and we got a semi-auto class, and we got a factory class, a precision class, and an unlimited. And he's like, well, our guns could be considered factory, they could be considered precision, or they could be considered unlimited. And I was like, well, maybe I should look at these guns and see exactly what it is that you've brought to this match. So him and Bruce brought Winchester 52s, and they had universal scopes on them about this long. And I thought, you boys can't play here. But no, it wasn't like that at all. Justin said, I said, man, I really don't know what to do. This is all brand new. And Justin said, well, I just want to be honest with you. They're factory rifles. That's the way they was made in the factory. They're factory. But not going to do that to you. We're going to shoot them in the precision class, and we'll run them there if that's all right with you. And I was like, that's fine by me. But we've since changed our classes around. Now we got a vintage class, and we figured it out. But anyways, Justin, man, we kind of we became friends right off the bat. And
Yeah.
the first match we had, I learned that this old wooden bench we had, once you put multiple shooters on the bench, you felt every move that everybody made. And I thought, man, I cannot open this up to people in the public. They're going to come here and shoot off this bench, and that'll be the last time they ever shoot here. And so that day when I shot, a guy had a malfunction on his rifle, and I was shooting pretty good. And all of a sudden, this guy puts the butt of his gun up on the bench, and he's trying to get his action open. And I was like, "Dude, what are you doing? I mean, you're shaking the whole bench." Anyways, it was an experience for our first shoot. But Justin got with me, and he's like, "Man, let's do a fundraiser, raise some money. Let's pour a concrete slab. Let's build some concrete benches. Let's make this place a good place to shoot." And he and I have spent the last 3 years putting our blood, sweat, and tears into this gun club to make it a better place. And it is just that. It's a better place to shoot. We have a state-of-the-art rifle station now with a 20 by 40 slab covered by carports. So you're in the dry. We got 8 concrete benches that Justin done all the block laying and masonry work while I stood and held a flashlight for him at 10 o'clock at night, because this boy don't know this boy don't know when quit 30 is. He just keeps going. So anyways, he's since got adopted into maintenance man at the club. He's built a shed up there. He works on the trap machine. He's mowed the grass, you name it, he's done it. He's been a big help to the club. He's been a big help to me. But that's enough of me rambling about Justin. I'm glad I met him. We've become close friends. I'm glad he's here on this panel. But you guys can start asking questions and fire away. And Hillbilly, we'll go around the room. We'll start with you, buddy. We'll learn a little bit about him.
Okay. Well, you kind of answered my first question for Justin. I'm like, how in the world did you meet Chad and become friends with him? But you covered that really well.
It was by mistake.
Oh man. So you got any regrets on meeting Chad and getting in all this work?
My life's been a lot busier since I met Chad.
Oh man.
It's been a good experience though.
With what Chad told us, I mean, basically what's your side of this? You know, you showed up and you think, man, these hillbillies are shooting off some wood out here, and you know.
So this gun club, you know, it's about 20 minutes from the house, and I've always had a private range that I've shot at. So, you know, I had a place to shoot, so that wasn't a big deal. But, you know, it was just me and a few other friends that shot there. And this range at Pikeville where we have the matches at, you know, it's probably a 150 member club. And definitely being part of a bigger group was something I've always wanted to do, you know. And I've never been a real competitive person until, you know, 3 years ago, started shooting these matches. And
until Chad started running his mouth, huh?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
It's like a fun match we have. You know, there's no money involved, and winner gets their name on Facebook. So it's a good environment with that. You know, nobody goes home mad or hurt feelings. So it's a good atmosphere, a good group of guys we shoot with. And after that first match, you know, I told Chad, I said, man, we got to make something of this. You know, I said, if any, you know, nobody's going to come back with these conditions, with this bench, you know. I said, so we came together and did some fundraisers, and and jumped in and built some benches and got it going. So it's been a great thing. Met a lot of good people from all this experience, and I mean, me and Chad, we hit it off from day one and been really good friends.
All right, Hasbro, how about you? You got a question for him? Hasbro, are you muted?
That's big.
Okay, let's try it again. So the first question is, after the first day you met him, how in the world did you talk to him the second time?
I thought we were going to give Justin a hard time tonight.
Yeah, it's backfiring on you and Chad.
We're setting him up, Chad. We're setting him up.
Okay.
So, does Chad trash talk at the range? Because he sure does online.
Yeah, he trash talks. He digs some holes sometimes.
And I don't see Justin trash talking back, do you?
Not too bad.
Be honest.
I give Chad a hard time. I really do. Really do. He's a good sport, though.
All right, Dave, fire away, buddy.
All right, this is a technical question, and I know you have the answer.
Okay.
Do scopes make a difference in 22 rimfire?
You broke up the last part of it. The scopes make a difference at what?
In
22
rimfire shooting?
Yeah, I'm definitely sure. I mean, you got to be able to see what you're shooting at. You know, after a certain magnification, you know, then it's more pronounced on, you know, you touching the gun or something like that. You'd have to go to free recoil or something, you know, if you're way up above 36, I would imagine. But yeah, scope magnification matters a lot. Aim small, miss small.
There
Did
you
you see
go.
that?
Yes, sir.
Did you see that comment back there, Hillbilly? He's on call. He's already been called out.
Oh gosh,
The trap
On the trap
machine
machine?
broke. Trap machine
Done
broke
broke trap
tonight. So
machine.
Justin's got some more work to do.
right up the motor tonight on the hydraulic.
Yep, the hydraulic motor went down. But gosh, if you've thrown as many birds as that motor's thrown, you
We're
probably lay
approaching
down.
the millions.
Probably lay down too.
Yeah.
They keep breaking it, Justin. You're just going to put a manual in there. They won't break that as much.
Yeah, give him a hand thrower and a box of clays.
The only thing is, you got to get in there and work the hand thrower.
Probably.
All right, George, you're muted, but go ahead and ask him a question.
Well, if I'm muted, how are you going to hear me?
We got you.
You got you now.
Okay. What kind of machinery are you running there at school?
In the high school vocational school that I work at, we have lathes and vertical mills. Nothing CNC at all. Just enough to teach fundamentals of machining. Basically, is what the equipment we have. We have one horizontal mill. We could cut splines or gears on it. That's about the most technology we have at this shop.
That's pretty cool.
Mm.
How many of them little idiots have cut off their fingers since you've been there?
None yet.
Justin's got a few nubbies.
A little bit short on the middle finger there. I can count to 9 and 15/16. That's it. I can't count to 10.
So he said, "Look, it's moving." Ow!
I actually did that with a table saw. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
All
I
right,
was
Mike.
16.
Mike, what you got for him?
What was your first firearm that you ever, owned that was like yours? And kind of a two-part question. And what firearm did you ever get rid of that you kick yourself to this day over?
That's some good questions. The first firearm I ever owned, I think my grandpa gave me a H&R Topper Model 410, and I still have it. typically I don't trade guns or sell guns. If I buy something, I wanted it, it's here to stay. If I get rid of a gun, you don't want it. There's something wrong with it, you know.
There you go.
So,
Send it to
typically
people.
every gun I've ever bought, I still have. I maybe have sold or traded 4 or 5. Don't really regret letting one go, but regret not buying some. You know.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a good answer. That
Yeah.
better than a lot of people. A lot of people have got
Yeah.
a couple of ones that they look back on and go, "Why did I ever let that one go?"
Yeah. I
Guilty.
got a pretty nice collection, but I've been collecting for all my life, basically. You know, and I just don't get rid of stuff.
Oh, so you're
Guilty.
not.
There's 2 I've sold that, man, I kicked myself for. One was a Browning 270 Winchester, and the other was a 629 8 3/8 44 Magnum. It's like,
Wow.
son of a gun. They never sold them.
Okay, well, let's go back. I traded 3 guns for one time, and I traded a Colt Lightweight Commander that I'm still yet to try to find another one, and a 629 Smith & Wesson 44 mag. I traded and a SKS to a Colt Anaconda Realtree. They only made it 1 year, so I traded 3 guns that you could replace easily to a gun that, you know, is pretty rare. So, and it went up in value quite a bit, so that was a good trade. But I'm still trying to get a lightweight Commander back, so it's still on the list.
See that, Chad?
Forgot about
You can
that.
call me the truth detector. I got
Yeah.
it out of him.
Yeah, there you go. It just had to jog me with that 629 there. Yeah.
So, Justin, what come first? The passion for hunting or the passion for guns? Because I know you, well, you got a lot of trophies on the wall behind you, obviously.
I was gonna say, how you know that feller hunts?
And that's not even a fraction of what he's got while hunting. But he also has a pretty nice reloading setup, and he's got a nice gun collection, and of course, he's into Benchrest, trap shooting. What came first? What was the order there? I mean,
Probably first, kind of
real
come
quick. I'm
ahead.
sorry to interrupt you, but Boomstick had a question out here.
oh,
Yeah, I see that.
if Chad is your buddy, why did he let him buy a Springfield 2020? Hey, Boomstick, I want to show you something real quick. Just a little
Let's
sneak
take a
peek.
time out here. Let Chad show you something.
Okay, just a little sneak peek. I got my barrel back today from the Springfield 2020. It's been recrowned.
Ooh.
Okay. I could not
Uh-oh.
wait. I could not wait to go to the range. I went to the range at 8:30 tonight. It was almost dark.
You got the barrel at 7:30. We put it back on the action and you're shooting it at 8:30.
Okay. This is a group in a low light situation with an 18 power scope, and the wind was blowing, and I got a video to prove it. So
Dang.
there's your Springfield 2020 at 50 yards, Boomstick.
Dang.
You just need the crown job.
But it wasn't Monarch. I'm sorry.
Work that thing over, huh?
So, anyways, what come first, the passion of hunting or the passion of shooting?
Probably came along about the same time, you know. I had an uncle that was like a mentor, you know, through my childhood, that he's the one taught me to hunt and everything. And he always, you know, had guns, and we shot a little bit. He wasn't a real big shooter, you know, but we did shoot a little. And, you know, just had a passion for guns, you know, from an early age. But, you know, hunting was definitely what drove it. in the beginning, and then just kept on progressing and into target rifles and other things, you know.
All right, Hillbilly, it's your turn.
So, I was going to ask you about your trade that you do for work, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but that might be something neat that you could share. I know a little bit, but not much.
So I got into machining my sophomore year in high school. Actually, the school that I teach at now, I was a student there when I went to high school. So same shop and some of the same equipment. Um, my sophomore year in high school, I had one machine shop class, and I knew from like the first week that that was what I wanted to do for a living. You know, I was just so just amazed that you could take a blank piece of steel and a blueprint and make a usable part, you know, for something that was just invented today or for something 100 years old. You know, the same piece of metal could be anything you want it to be, you know,
Mm-hmm.
by machining it, you know. And actually, like shooting actually came hand in hand with that. Basically, like the first thing I ever did, I guess, I was into black powder shooting. And I broke the threads off a cleaning jag, 832 thread, and the jag was long enough to rethread. And like the first thing I ever did was turned it back and rethreaded that jag, and that just blew my mind that I could, you know, fix something, you know, that was broke and make it usable again. And something that simple, you know, it sparked the fire, you know, for me throughout my whole career. But I've always had a side hustle, like worked 2 jobs or went to school and had a job. It's stuck with me all through since my junior year in high school. Um, my junior year in high school, like halfway through, I got a job in a machine shop working second shift, and I worked about 5 hours a night there. Worked all the way into my senior year, summer, and then I started a 2-year technical college, and I changed jobs, working at a bigger shop that offered a second shift, and did that till I graduated college. Then moved to Virginia, up Northern Virginia. Worked in some shops up there that did defense work and like aerospace type work, and that's where I met 2 guys that were brothers, and that's where I got into reloading. So we'll drop off there, and with that question, we'll save some more for later for that.
So Jason Mahoy says dial calipers or digital calipers?
I use both, have both. Digital calipers, you know, early on were pretty crappy, but the technology has came a long way with them now. My favorite digital calipers are Mitutoyo Coolant Proof. They're pretty tough in a harsh environment. I like digitals, you know, but early on, I was a dial caliper guy.
Yeah, I see Chris Lang says he regretted letting go of a M&P 1522.
I'm surprised we didn't ask him about vernier, except he's not old enough to have vernier calipers.
I could read veneers, and I have a set of Starrett 24-inch ones of my own.
I still have a set.
There's TJ.
I actually have a 24-inch veneer Starrett height gauge too.
I've got a slide rule flight calculator for flying. That's a real age thing.
Yeah.
There's TJ Fishing sliding in there from over in
Australia.
Australia.
Dynamite.
Yeah. Hasbro, what's your next question for Justin?
So, Justin, my background is in injection molding, design, processing, and tooling. Do you ever machine an injection mold?
So the 2-year technical college I went to, the curriculum was heavily geared towards injection molding, and we actually had a small plastic injection, I guess extruder or press, and one of our projects was to make a plastic injection mold. So that's about the extent of my plastic injection molding. Was just there in college. I've never worked any other jobs in that field.
Be careful how you answer that. Hasbro might be trying to hire you.
Yeah, he's trying to draft me.
Could be. I will tell you
I
a short
understand mold
story.
design and all that.
So the program I went through, I had a mold that was due the next day as kind of like a final exam.
Mhm.
And I had a problem with an ejector pin, so I had to drill it out. Guess what happens at midnight with that drill?
You broke it.
Snaps right off. And I had to burn it out for the next 6 hours and stay up all
ADM.
night to finish this tool with an EDM.
Mm.
Wow.
So I knew you'd appreciate that. So
Yep.
very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
Dave,
Yes.
you got another question?
Yes. Are you planning on going into gunsmithing?
That's always been a passion of mine. The only problem is I've never knew a real live gunsmith to shadow me. So as far as machining, I'm a machinist, been one forever. But I just need the little nuances of gunsmithing, and
I
hopefully
do.
you're the man to teach me.
We're getting,
I just watch YouTube videos. You'll be
Well, that won't take long.
we're getting ready to go spend some time with Dave.
Yep.
I've bought up all the parts to build a rifle, and we're going to go spend some time at Dave's house, and we're going to build up a custom rifle, and he's going to show Justin all the little tricks to the trade that he's learned over the last 35 years, and pass it on to Justin. And just when Dave told me that he would build me a rifle, if I just get all my parts together and come up there, I was like, well, do you mind if I bring a buddy with me that's a really good machinist, and he would like for you to mentor him? And he's like, absolutely, bring him along. So that's our plan. We're going to Pennsylvania, and we're going to spend some time with Dave, and hopefully Justin can learn something, and I can come home with a pretty new toy.
Well, I want to say something real quick. Dave, while they're up there and you're teaching Justin, don't forget Chad can work on your weed eaters and so I have them all stacked up and ready to go for Chad.
But while you're doing it, get the whole neighborhood. I mean, you get like a line of them, right?
I could do that.
All
Chad,
right,
That's a
that's
strong
me
suit.
right now.
George, you got another question?
You got any lathes or mills at home?
I don't have any at home, but I've always had access to, real nice equipment at shops I've worked at. So it's kind of hard to work on a gun at school. So
He says
Yeah,
shops
that's
he's
No,
He said-
yeah.
that's
He-
kind of out of the question,
he says
But-
shops that I have worked at. It's
Yeah.
shops that he still works at because he still holds the key to the building and he still does projects for them. So
Yeah.
he still works there.
It's hard for me to quit a job. They won't let me. I try to turn in my keys, and they're like, "No, keep them. You might need them." I'm like, "Okay." So
So
no
When
sense in
I-
buying a cow when you got free milk, George.
when I
Right.
when I contacted him the other night about recrowning my Springfield 2020 barrel, he's like, I think it was 10 o'clock at night, 10:30 maybe, and he's like, I'm at the machine shop now working on a project for him. It's like, do you ever quit? We lost somebody.
We lost
Fell out.
Lost Has.
Hasbro fell out.
Yeah,
Yep.
bro. Wow.
Who was next then? Mike.
That was
I
George.
guess,
Yep.
I guess it would be Mike can go next.
I think kind of already answered it in in a roundabout way, but I was going to ask you, you know, did you do any competitive shooting prior to that match? You know, when you met Chad for the first time, had you shot any competitions prior to that?
No, I haven't. So that match was the first time I shot competitively.
Okay.
Um, the gun store owner that kind of turned me on to that match. He had been aggravating me for several years to come shoot like some pistol matches and stuff, and I've never been a competitive person like that, and um, kind of second guess, thinking I was, even good enough. But after I started with the rimfire matches, then got into trap and then now the pistol matches, steel challenge and stuff like that, and just the atmosphere of our little local gun club, you know, it's there's a mixed, diverse group of people, and you know, there's no huge competition. It's a fun place to shoot. So that got me into more games basically.
And I've typed in the side chat there a little bit ago. I saw it popped up, but it was to piggyback off of Rimfire Dave there. There's always that Sonoran Desert Institute, that online, gunsmithing. I mean, I know a lot of people like, you know, golf at, online stuff, but you can learn a lot online too. So,
Yeah,
Oh
especially if
yeah.
you have some background. If you're already a machinist or
yep,
something like that. The online classes could definitely help you.
Yeah.
yep, yep. You
I
should
was
think
I
about
was
it.
holding out for a baseball scholarship at the Sonora Desert Institute, but they ain't got back with me yet.
Well, you said you were a machinist, and you know, that first time, you figured out that you could fix something that was broke. You were, you know, it grabbed you. I'm just wondering, when you're gonna finish up that project up above you there.
Your Chad, he's a work in progress.
Yeah, I know. It's 3 years. It's about time he gets fixed.
Yeah, I
He,
brought him a long way.
he fixes stuff for me all the time, but there's no
I can
fixing
only
me.
imagine what he was like 3 years ago.
Oh, it was a mess.
Completely normal. Everything
I,
was good.
I wish we
Hey,
had videos from back then.
this was a pick on Justin night.
It's
So
backfired on you though.
3 years ago, he had absolutely zero jail time. Just saying.
yeah, yeah. So real quick, while we're thinking about our next question, let's have the side chat type something in so Hillbilly can call out their name. How
But
about
just
Justin? There you go. Everybody type in Justin.
all right. Here they're starting to flow in. So we have oh wow, they're really coming in now. See, we have Minnesota Shooting Sports, Hasbro, TJ Fishing, Day Mate. We got Rimfire Super Dave out there. We got living in Southwest Virginia, formerly known as Steve. And we got J Delta out there. We got Helping Man, Rustic Rimfire 22. We got Chris Lang out there, Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies, Vince Ratliff, Leather Action 22, Ronald Eastman, Jason Mahoy, also known as Chips. So we got Minnesota Shooting Sports again. We got Prairie Mill 62, Ron 2A Matters, Mr. Bob Dabalina, and Fuku YT. And see, Southern Rifles out there and on the panel also. And I hope I didn't miss anybody.
Well, so Justin, have you had a experimental gunsmithing that you regret doing to a rifle? Something that you done where you just totally messed it up and you're like, ah, crap.
You didn't design any of the Jimenez, did you?
I've had a lot of people ring me Jimenez's in Ziploc baggies and want them put back together. But,
Can you glue this back together for me?
yeah, if you take the grips off, you've done ruined the Jimenez or a Bronco. But I've definitely put some back together as a favor. But I guess the only disastrous gunsmithing thing I've been into is I bought my father-in-law a see here, Remington 511 maybe, or 511, and I bought the gun used, of course, and somebody had bubbled the chamber with a chainsaw file or Dremel or something, and when you would fire a round, it would swell the case out, and it wouldn't extract, so it was a mess. So I gave it to him for Christmas. He gives the gun back to me because it wouldn't extract. And I see a fired case, and I've never seen a fired case look like that. I mean, it had looked like it was pregnant. It had a big bulge in the side of it. Dang. So here, I got this rifle, and it's a mess. So I sleeved the chamber in it and rechambered it, and gave it back to him, and he shot it, and he was happy with it. But it was like way more of a nightmare mess than it ever deserved. 100 bean rifle that ended up costing me like 7-8 hours work, only because it was a Christmas gift, and it was a rabbit hole I didn't want to go down.
So that was a success story. I was like,
it was a success story, but man,
I was looking for a mistake that you made that you regretted, and you just told a success story. I mean,
well, as a machinist, unless you break a tap, it's a success story.
Okay.
You're normally fixing problems.
I got you. All right.
I got one.
Okay.
So, I drill and tap a lot of shotguns, like turkey guns, and local gun shop. He, like any gunsmith work, drilling, tapping, or threading barrels for suppressors and stuff, he recommends me, and I work it out for him. But somebody had a Benelli Super Black Eagle titanium receiver, wanted it drilled and tapped. So I took on the job. It took me 6 hours to tap 4 holes because it was titanium with a high-speed steel tap. Oh man, that was a mess. But I didn't break a tap. I got the job done, but I never want to drill and tap another Benelli because of that. It was a nightmare. We're talking like a $1,700 shotgun, and I'm taking a chance on breaking a tap in it. That wasn't fun.
It's another success story. So moving on, Hillbilly, you got another question?
Oh my goodness. So, like, if you could custom build your own rifle, like, kind of what are you like wanting? I mean, like, what's your kind of goal of the the 22 long rifle Benchrest? It's like, if I could do this, then I could, I would be happy with this rifle.
Well, if I could get one that would shoot one hole, 5-shot groups, I'd be pretty happy every time. But
is it going to be like doing your barrel yourself? I mean, in your stock and like,
yeah. Well, my goal is, to after we go spend time with Dave, is start. I want to build my own rifle and then go from there. But the action that Chad and Dave both bought is probably the same action that I'll go with. It's a 40X clone, that Lone Star action. That'll probably be the first one I ever build, because it uses Remington 700 triggers, and as far as barrel blank, I'm not sure what barrel I'm gonna go with yet. Still undecided on that. I'm gonna base it a lot off how Chad's barrel does, Douglas. Um, but maybe a Shilling or Lilja, not sure.
Will there be any duct tape involved?
No duct tape. Lots of bedding. Definitely gonna bed it.
Oh, now who's getting ragged on?
You ain't loving to use duct tape.
Oh, all right, Mike. What about you, buddy? You got another question?
I really can't think of anything. All I come up with is blanks. I mean, I kind of gotten to know Justin enough, I think, with the little before and after chats that we do on these things, and I'm drawing blanks at this point. I would like to take an opportunity because it just popped in my head when uh, uh, you read off Rustic Rimfire's comment there that he actually reached out to me a day or two ago in an email, and I told him to talk to Dave here, but George would probably also be able to help him out. He's looking for someone that can like point him in the right direction because he's got an old Anschutz 64, I think, and he wants to swap the barrel out. He's looking for like something that's a drop in and wanted to know if I knew of anything, and I didn't, but I figured these two guys here probably would if there is something even.
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of, Dave.
Yes. North American Anschutz does barrels.
Edgeworth, North America.
It's called North American Anschutz. They're out of Atlanta, Georgia.
All right.
Call them.
Good deal.
Yep,
Good
they
catch.
have barrels.
Good catch, Mike. I didn't even see that in the side chat.
Yeah,
Good to know. I didn't know.
Yeah, I went back tried to find it. That's
What?
good.
Well, he said something else in the side chat, guys. It's just when he popped up, I was like, oh, he's on here, and it prompted my memory that said he should
Oh,
ask
okay. Okay.
Dave or
Yeah.
George. They would probably know. So I was like, well, if he's out there and he's watching, hopefully he picked up on that because I won't
He's-
remember it.
He says
There
he
you-
called him yesterday.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Good deal.
So, Dave, I know you're wanting to hop off in about 10 more minutes, so make this question a good one, buddy.
Okay, Justin. When I started doing and making my own guns, I'm going to tell you what the best thing that's going to happen to you is when you go to a shoot and everybody's there shooting and you're shooting a gun that you built. And when you win, that'll be the best feeling because everybody else is shooting guns they either bought or somebody else made.
Yeah.
And they're shooting them. But the one that you built and you win with it, you'll really feel good.
Yeah, I say so. That's like a crowning achievement.
Yes. I built this gun and I won with it. When that starts happening, you'll just be, and then you'll
That's what
really
it's-
get busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get busy then because they'll be saying, "Where'd you get that gun?" Well, I sort of did it. Well, then they'll say, "Hey, make me one of them."
Yeah.
So it wasn't
But the
a
real
question,
test
it's
of
just a
that-
fact.
The real test of that would be when you win, then you let Hillbilly shoot and see if he could do it as good.
That won't be. Ain't no match for him. That's for sure.
So, Dave, before you just bail out on us, why don't you go ahead and take this time to, you can hang out as long as you like, but why don't you just go ahead and take this time to tell us what you got coming up, and then whenever you need to jump off, you can just go, buddy.
Oh no, I'm good yet, Chad. I'm good for another half hour.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll just keep going.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
All right. George, you got another question?
Well, kinda. I see you. Well, you say you got the gun collection, and I see all them deer heads back there. So either you're not married, or you're married and you're hung like a bull elephant. Your wife lets you do anything you want to.
I got a very understanding wife.
There it is,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Now we know.
yeah, she's very understanding.
It has to be because
So-
you're friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have any bad habits. I don't smoke, drink, or anything like that. And
Good
my bad
man.
habits is guns and shooting. So,
Yeah.
um,
So that's kind of me too. Like, my wife was married to a man for 15 years that had a drug addiction, and so if all I'm doing is buying guns, shit, she don't care.
yeah. My wife sees them as an investment too. You know, I mean, if other than
So-
ammo, I mean, ammo you're kind of losing your lead every time, but guns is an investment in
Yeah.
our house. So
So,
Yeah, just don't tell them the wrong prices
but
because
what he's not, but what he's not telling you all is, every time he walks in the door with a gun, he tries to lead her to believe that he's working on it for somebody.
Oh, this is Chad's.
Yeah, you know how many guns I got at Justin's house right now?
and that works fine until I need another gun safe.
Yeah.
I'm storing them for Chad.
Yeah. Why don't you just take Chad's guns back?
Yeah, these are customers. They
You have all the room you
got
need.
rifles, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
That's when I get busted when I need another gun safe.
So, Leather Action 22 says, so on Benchrest shooting, what league or leagues do you all shoot in? So we shoot 50 yards at the USBR target, and you got a 20-minute timer to shoot the card. You got 25 bullseyes, and you shoot one shot at each bull, and that's what Justin and I shoot.
We're not
Dave,
sanctioned. It's just a club match, though.
yeah, we're not a sanctioned club. Dave does a lot of ARA shooting, and maybe even some ARBA.
We've shot ABRA too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
George
I'll be shooting
has
that.
George has done a lot of ARA shooting. But most of the rimfire Benchrest stuff that we shoot is 50-yard targets. Dave does a little bit of 100-yard stuff. But, then the other guy up here in the corner, him in shooting sports, he does a lot of positional shooting type 22 stuff, PRS or
NRL.
NRL. Yeah, I was drawing a blank.
Yep.
So
I think Has does too, don't you, Has?
Yeah, a little ARA.
Yep.
But it's primarily just a couple contests a year. I don't shoot it regularly.
Helping Man says when you collect cars, it's a little harder to sneak them into the garage.
There's a lot of truth in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more of a squirrel shooter myself.
So Hasbro, you got another question?
Yeah. So we all have a collection of guns that we can't speak specifically about. But what is the cheapest one you've bought that you like? What's the most expensive one that you bought that you actually like?
416 Barrett.
Yeah, 416 Barrett, I guess, the most expensive in my collection. Don't shoot it much because it's $10 every time it goes bang.
But you try.
Yeah. Cheapest. I guess a Ruger Wrangler. It's a fun little plinker. It's probably the cheapest thing I bought lately, or actually bought.
And you
two
like
of
it?
them.
And you like it.
You bought two
I
of them.
Yeah, I bought two of them and had them slicked up for cowboy that I haven't shot yet, but they are fun little plinkers.
No skies.
No, don't have no skies or
5 points.
no high points or
Good man. Good
Now, don't
man.
classify high points down there in that category, though. It's on up there, with the high dollar stuff. It's just a good price.
Yeah.
You you have to have a finger workout to pull the trigger on one of those skies.
Well, now I
Okay.
got another question. Because you just said that you own a Barrett 416. So I guess it's a two-part question. One, why did you stop at a 416? Why didn't you just do a full 50 BMG? And then the second part is, when are you going to shoot the 416 challenge target with it?
Oh, I
Oh,
actually brought
yeah.
that up when Chad, when we seen the 416 challenge. I told Chad, I said, I got a 416 Barrett. Will that work? But
You should have shot it with that. That would have been classic, man.
yeah, yeah,
It'd have been $100, man.
yeah.
You only would have had to shoot it once, and
Get a sponsor.
shoot it once and just tear the whole center of the dang target out.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry,
it's gotta
don't
be
shoot
it's
it
gotta
anymore.
be 10 shots. Man,
Yeah, just think of the fun you'd have razzing for every miss. That just
Yeah.
cost you $10.
I don't want to video him. It'd probably bust my cameras.
It has the barrel
So-
gill brake on it, and it's pretty concussive. So-
Jason Mahoy says no BB guns. You don't have any BB guns?
I got a few. Nothing like Has or Chad has, but I got spring piston pellet rifle. It's a Stoger. Nothing.
I've
to
got one of
speak
those.
but
And Joe Rose wants to know what's your favorite current 22 Benchrest that you own.
I'm pretty partial to my 52 pre-A and my B, but I got a Cooper TRP3 that I just got this year and been shooting it a lot. It's probably the nicest Benchrest rimfire I own. Still figuring it out, trying to find the right ammo for it and everything.
Boomstick says Chad versus Justin Ruger Wranglers at 50 yards.
Oh boy. Well, we do have two of them, so
Chris
We're
Lang
not gonna
says
duel,
cheapest. Chris Lang says cheapest rifle he owns is his most accurate rifle, and that's a Remington 597.
597. Yep. That's for
Man,
sure.
that gun shoots good. Sure
No
does.
kidding.
Yep. So, who are we up to now,
Mike
me?
had another part on his question there on that.
Oh yeah, Mike. What was your
Why didn't I
second
go?
part?
Why didn't I go on to the 50?
Yeah.
So I had in mind to buy a 50 BMG, and I was looking for an Armalite AR-50. That was what I was going to buy. And I think it was during COVID or right after COVID, there was none to speak of. I had several gun shops looking for them. I was looking online, couldn't find one. And a used 416 Barrett came about with ammo. I think 75 rounds of ammo. And
Dang.
85 rounds of ammo. And I bought it. So that's kind of why I went with the 416. It was just looking for a 50 and there was none, so I went to 416. And researched 416, and for what I wanted to do, it's probably a better choice.
Right. 416.
The ballistics are superior to a 50,
Yeah.
but less energy.
Yeah.
One little fact about it is it has as much muzzle energy, as much energy at 1,200 yards as a 308 does at the muzzle. That's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah, it's in a lot of ways it's a smart move to do it as well. I know a
Yeah.
couple of friends that have got 50s, and the problem is ranges won't allow you to shoot them. I belong to 3 outdoor ranges, and all 3 of them have a 50 BMG ban in place, but you could shoot a 416 all day and nobody would bat an eye, but
Wow.
it's just because the mentality that
Mhm.
the earth won't be able to stop that massive military,
Yeah.
mod deuce cartridge. It's going to go through, and when it's really going to stop in 6 inches of sand. But
Yeah. So does that sign say no 50 BMG or Stairway from Heaven?
Like guitar shop.
yeah,
So we need confirmation here because Jason Mahoy says you like hard seltzers. Is that true?
Talking
Uh-oh.
about me or Hillbilly?
I think he's talking about you. You like hard seltzers.
A little trash your
Oh.
way.
Absolutely not. No White Claws for me. I'm going to prove it this summer. We'll leave it at that.
We are going to shoot
little
some.
cliffhanger. Little cliffhanger.
Right, Chad? We are going to shoot some.
What? Some seltzers?
Hard seltzer.
Well, we'll let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said it.
No, it's fine. So, this guy and this guy, Dave and Justin, and Hasbro, and George, and Elijah, we are all coming together next weekend, and we're going to shoot together and video together, and
Maybe
Yeah,
shoot
that's
a match
my-
together too.
that we got a match on Sunday, so any of them that wants to stay over and shoot the match on Sunday, they're welcome to do that too. But I plan on buying a case of hard seltzers, and I want us all on the firing line at one time, and we're going to count down 3, 2, 1, and we're going to shebang all them seltzers.
For Hillbilly.
For the hillbilly.
I absolutely love that. You guys make my day better.
So, Justin, what's your preference? I know we shoot a lot of 22 more than anything, but is that your favorite?
I like my centerfire varmint rifles too. Probably my favorite caliber in the world to shoot is 222. I'm kind of partial to a 222.
Really?
Me.
I have a Cooper Model 21 in a 222 that's a safe queen that I like to shoot. Chad's never saw it. Chad's never seen my whole gun collection. We've not had that day yet.
No, he tries to sucker me into coming over and helping him do a yearly clean. Once you come over one day, we'll sit and clean all my guns. No, thank you.
Oh, they're your guns at his house.
Yeah.
He'll clean all my guns. Yeah. So Chris Lang says he likes the 22-250. That's a good round, fast round. I like it.
I have 2 of those.
We're good. Ralph.
I got a Winchester Model 70 heavy varmint in a 22-250 and a Remington 700 BDL varmint in a 22-250.
So, real quick here, Leather Action 22 says, "What's everyone's best scores, like on the ARA or the PSL or the IR50 or the USBR targets?" And my high score USBR is a 243 out of 250.
Yeah.
The range record at our range is 247.
Mhm.
Nobody's ever gotten a 250. So 243 for me.
240 for me.
And that was my Winchester 52A. So
I shot a 240 with my H&R M12 with that heart barrel, that red rifle.
but now Dave up there, he shoots that ARA stuff, and he's probably shot some perfect cards.
Guarantee.
Dave, what's your
Yes,
best
I've
score?
shot a 2500. I've shot several of them.
Wow.
Okay, TJ Fishing says 243 is really popular around here, or 308. I like a 243. I do a lot.
Me
And
too.
Tommy Boy says 223. It's everywhere, and it's one of the easiest to get to shoot great. Yep.
True too.
220. I like a 223 bolt action. I'm not an AR guy, so like, I never have been a pray and spray kind of guy. I'm more of a make every round count. So
One shot, one
You
kill.
need to shoot some of my ARs then, because I set them up for Benchrest precision in an AR.
I got a few like that too, as
I do not. You know, not my ARs.
That's
Hasbro
what got
says
me into shooting precision was building a 26-inch heavy barreled AR and hand loading and realizing that I could put 10 shots inside the size of a dime at 100 yards. I was but what got me out of ARs and semi-autos was once I started shooting bolt guns, and I was like, holy crap, I can come home and have it clean in 3 patches, because I hate cleaning, an AR platform. You better, you better plan on blocking off, another half hour, 45 minutes, because of the bolt and everything. I couldn't stand it, but what got me into it was a very, very accurate AR. And I sold that AR. I wish I wouldn't have, but I did.
so. Rustic Rimfire says he had a 2500 in ARA and it's framed and on the wall. And George, you shot ARA. What's your best score, buddy?
2,500.
You got a 2500? Well,
3
awesome.
times.
So Leather Action comes back and asks again, those 2500s, was they in factory ARA or unlimited?
Factory.
Factory.
Unlimited 2375.
Yep. Rustic Rimfire replied he shot factory too. So
I ain't never shot factory in NRA or ARA. I've shot. It's always been unlimited for me.
hey, Justin Vince Ratliff says that rifle's not red, it's pink.
It's red.
All right. Hillbilly. You got another?
Oh man. Well, I guess one thing I could ask. So, was you concerned, or did you start laughing when Chad bust his nose up and went open with your pistol?
Had
So
broke
if you
his
haven't
nose.
watched this video of mine and Chad's hunting trip on the doe management, I would strongly advise you to, because it's really funny.
Because Chad gets his nose broke.
It was bleeding from the inside and out. I
don't know how you didn't break your glasses. I guess your nose stopped it.
Because Justin set me up with a max
100 grain
charge.
charge of Blackthorn 209 in a 14-inch barrel, 50 caliber muzzleloading pistol with a scope. I told him to hold on to it.
I did.
He now knows
No,
what hold on
shut
to something means.
I did not. I did not drop the gun,
No.
and I killed the deer.
Yeah,
You did.
the blood trail started in the hunting blind. He had to edit out like probably 2 minutes of video because we were laughing and I was laughing and
He was crying. And
I might
Oh,
said I might said a curse word or two.
there was some profanity, yeah, but it was a very memorable hunt. We'll leave it at that.
You'll have to upload the full video over on Rumble then.
I may not bring the Casul with me then, because he might get himself hurt.
I have some hand cannons too, so
Tried to sell him a big XP after that. He wouldn't have it.
I've always been intrigued by XPs. I've never owned one. I got some contenders.
Once you go XP, you won't go back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, you thought of any other questions to ask him?
I really haven't.
So, Dave,
Justin, it's been good busting your chops, but I'm going to call it a night, everybody. I got to get up real early to shoot ARA match tomorrow. So good talking to y'all, and to see you end of the month
Yep.
down
Yeah,
in
next-
Kentucky.
Yeah, next week.
No. 2 weeks.
Oh, that's right.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2
2
2
weeks.
weeks. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
wait,
Good night,
before-
everybody.
Before Dave goes though, he's already got his car packed, Hasbro.
Where does he live?
He's so anxious. He's so anxious.
He checked his list.
We are too, Dave. We can't wait to have you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
yeah.
That's where I live.
Oh, I want a specific address of where's the car.
Yeah.
Good night, all.
See you,
Good night,
Dave. Good night,
Dave.
buddy.
Hey,
Dave.
Dave, buddy.
So, Justin, I don't think I've ever asked you this, but all this hunting you do, is it always with the same gun, same caliber, or do you take something different every time you go?
So I get bored with doing the same thing over and over. I like odd stuff and odd calibers and just different hunting techniques and different methods. I've killed a few deer on my wall with the same rifle maybe, but I've got into handgun hunting, killed one with a 460 Smith & Wesson, killed some with black powder pistol, several with archery equipment. I'm getting into recurve archery and hope to try to kill one with a recurve. It's a goal of mine now. Killed a few with black powder rifles, but I just like changing up my strategies and different equipment. It just brings more excitement to it, I think.
So,
Hey, the-
Justin, he decided last year he was going to try to recurve hunt. And for those you don't know, my dad had cancer and he had his arm amputated, but my dad still has his recurve bow from when he was a teenager, and it's still in really good shape. So I asked Justin if he would take my dad's recurve and try to take one last deer with it. And we're going to try and make that happen. Let my dad's bow have one more kill. So,
You need to get that to me
yeah.
so I can practice up.
But he's an excellent hunter. I know that. We've turkey hunted together, and we ain't never deer hunted together, but turkey
Yeah, we
hunted
did.
together.
We killed a doe. Well, you killed a
Oh
doe.
well, we deer. Yeah, we did. Doe management. I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that wasn't really hunting. We went and climbed up in a shooting house and waited. Yeah,
It was
that was a good day.
what 28 degrees and snow, and we was in
Oh, it
short
was
sleeve shirts.
it was really
Yeah.
cold, so I was glad to be in that shooting house.
We about had a card game going at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, funny story about this hunting trip is the guy was overrun with does, and Justin says, "All
It was
right."
the December black powder season, so to say it.
Justin says, "All right, Jeff wants us to go up there and take a doe." He's like, "I'll let you shoot it. Let's just go up there." And I was like, "Okay." So the shooting house is right beside this big, humongous tripod feeder that Justin built some time ago. And the guy that owns the property's got a camera right there by the feeder that's it's one of those that'll pan and tilt and
180 degree tilt. or
Yeah,
painting.
so the guy he was watching us hunt more or less, and so Justin texted him and he goes, "What time does this feeder go off?" And he goes, "Oh man, I ain't put corn in that thing in months." And Justin's like, "You're
1
kidding
week,
me."
yeah.
And so Justin climbs down out of the blind, goes and gets his truck, drives to town, buys a bag of apple corn, and brings it back. Tries to put it in the feeder, but the the feeder was something you couldn't get in it or
Oh, there was
something.
ice on it. Yeah.
There was
about
ice
to kill
on it.
myself, yeah.
So he couldn't get into the feeder, so he just cut the bag open and scattered it on the ground. Comes back, gets in the blind with me. I bet it wasn't 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
7 deer was standing under that feeder.
Yeah.
And then I broke my nose.
Good times.
And yes, people in Kentucky you're allowed to hunt over bait. So,
Yeah.
but Hasbro, you got another question for him? Come on, man. You
I
make
do.
it good.
I do, and I'll preface it with a quick story. The question is, what's the cleanest deer kill by caliber that you've ever had? I'll tell you what the cleanest one I've ever seen. That was a doe with a 50 cal round ball.
Yeah.
That thing got hit. It jumped in the air, flipped straight on its back, dropped down, and didn't move. I've never seen anything that clean. And that ball just widened out and took that thing out. What's the cleanest kill that you've ever had? And what caliber?
The 460 Smith & Wesson was about a 50-yard shot, and that deer didn't take a step. I've killed several that never took a step. A 270 WSM to a Kimber 8400, about a 200-yard shot on a deer. It never took a step. Killed several 7/8 that never left their tracks. But I've killed a lot of deer with a lot of different things.
Very
Never
cool.
had to really track one very far.
Can I?
A lot of it, of course, is shot placement, but
Yeah.
having the right round helps a lot.
Go ahead, Billy.
I was gonna say the quickest, cleanest kill I've ever seen was, or like 4 of us, we in the early 20s. We've been deer hunting. We're heading back out. We're down in Arkansas, and there's this. It used to be wooded, but they cleared some for a field, and they just had the brush pile piled up out there in the center, and then there's wooded all behind it, and it wasn't a very big area, probably about 5 acres, maybe, if that they had cleared there, and I'm driving. We're going down through there, and one of the guys says, "Oh my goodness, stop!" And so, I kind of hit my brakes, and pulled over and dirt road, and he goes, "Look at that 14-point buck." So everybody's like, "Dang!" So everybody's crawling out of the rig, grabbing their rifles, and that buck sees us, and it takes off running, and it's looking at us, hit a tree and broke his neck.
Oh man.
Yes. I mean, right down to the ground he went.
Wow.
We're like, is that our deer? I mean, what do we do, So we went up to the farmhouse. We told the boys, said, "Man, we stopped to look this deer out there, and he's seen us, and he ran and broke his neck." And he's like, bullshit. And so we went out there, and anyway, we went in there with him in the field, and he goes, "I'll be darned." And he goes, "You boys use some meat?" And we're like, "Yeah." And so he said, "Well, cut her up then, and tag it and cut it up."
I can tell you the cleanest kill that that one I was standing beside 50 yards away and saw that muzzleloader kill. The cleanest one I've ever done was also the most expensive weapon I've ever used, and that's the F-150 caliber.
Yeah. Yeah.
Figured that's what Hillbilly was going to say.
Yeah.
George, you got any more questions for Justin?
Yeah, not I can think of right off the bat. Nothing we can say on air anyway.
Justin, you got anything you want to add about yourself that we might not have covered, or?
I can ramble on.
There's Tyler Kirk. He's from our range. So.
Oh yeah. He's a new member that's coming on strong.
So we lost a member of our gun club this week. He was also a rimfire shooter, and his name was Kenny, and he was a very well liked person at our club. He went through a kidney transplant some time back, and ever since he'd had that transplant, he wasn't in the best of health. He was in a wheelchair, but he still came and he still shot with us, and he still tried. When he first come up and shot with us, he may or may not have shot other people's targets. He was doing that bad, but he eventually got a bigger scope. And the last time Kenny shot, I believe it was the best score he'd ever shot when he left there. And he ended up getting an infection and getting septic, and he battled with it for about 3 months, and he finally lost the battle. So they're putting him to rest tomorrow. We have postponed our match until later in the evening, so everybody has the opportunity to go to his funeral. But if you're a praying person, just say a little prayer for Kenny's family as they put him to rest tomorrow. And I did not cancel the match because I do not think that's what Kenny would have wanted me to do. So tomorrow we're shooting for Kenny. And that's one thing about this community, gun community, 2A community. We get close to each other like brothers, and it's hard losing members that are close to you, that shoots with you all the time, cuts up with you. It's a tough one. So Kenny will be missed. But Justin, I appreciate you being put on the spot tonight. We actually had another plan. Elijah from Day at the Range was supposed to be my guest tonight, and he told me later on tonight that he was not going to be able to make it, so Justin got put on the spot. So I'm going to say this. I hope that's not what Elijah does when he's supposed to show up to Kentucky in a couple of weeks. So
Yep.
there. I got my ribbon in on Elijah tonight. So,
So do we call him Elijah Light?
Yeah. I am going to go around the room, and everybody can talk about what they got coming up, and we'll bring this thing to a close. I am going to the range in the morning with my Springfield 2020 because Justin recrowned my barrel, and I will show you again. This is the 2020 barrel after it was cut off and recrowned. And I went up today, after I got it back, I went up at 8:30 tonight at the edge of dark. I shot it with an 18 power scope using Lapua OSP at 50 yards. And this is the group that I shot at 50.
Wow.
And that's a big improvement for that rifle. So that says
What the
something
hell
right
below the
there.
target?
Hey, Chad, can you go back to that first picture?
Yeah.
Hillbilly, you recognize that? He's driving around the road hunting out the window of his truck.
Yeah.
You should be proud of him.
So I'll be making a video in the morning with the Springfield 2020. Hopefully that turns out well. We got a match tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Of course, we got a funeral tomorrow at noon. Then we got all these guys, most of these guys are coming to town, and we're gonna have some fun with each other here in a couple of weeks and shoot together and video together and give each other a hard time, and I look forward to it. So, Hasbro, what you got coming up, bud?
Well, it all depends on the weather. I'm with you. I'm not too far, and kind of socked in at the moment, but I got to get some challenges done. I failed to shoot boomsticks and country rimfires and all these other ones out there, and Mike's. I got to shoot that 8-ball challenge or 9-ball challenge.
Hustler.
I really do need that. That's a fun one. It looks like a lot of fun. So it's just weather permitting. If I get a chance, that's what's going to happen this weekend. I've got 3 rifles I just finished. I'm putting 2 new scopes on this weekend, so I got a lot of stuff to play with. Time to hit the range.
Absolutely. Justin, what you got coming up?
I got that match tomorrow. I got track machine to work on, motor burn up tonight, so we got plenty to do. Maybe make some videos Sunday. We'll see how it goes. If we don't get enough shooting in Saturday.
I'm all about making videos.
Yeah.
George, what you got coming up, buddy?
Well, if it quits raining and the wind quits, and good Lord smiles on me, we'll shoot a little more 22s. Still waiting on dies for the 22 243. Today, I messed around and used about 3 different dies, and I finally got one loaded because I keep back ordering my damn dies. That 22 243, looking forward to, shooting it and stuff.
It's going to be cool.
Other than that, I ain't got a lot going on.
Is it going to be all shiny and painted up and flashy like that other gun you got?
It is a Model 70 with a Bartlein barrel. Model 70 Winchester with a Bartlein barrel, and that'll be as far as it goes. It'll never have a good stock. It's a door gun.
Yeah.
It's going to be expressly for shooting coyotes.
Okay.
So,
George, could you have not have got the rifle builder to make you a die with the chamber ringer?
yeah, he could have. But
Well, some of those Wildcats, that's your only option.
Full length die to neck that brass back,
Yeah.
and I that's what I've got ordered is full length die.
Tyler Kirk, we're going to find us a new repairman.
I wish we would.
Leather Action 22 says he's attempted to start his own channel, but what is everyone's channel that is on here so I can sub? So, yeah, mine is Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies right there under my picture. KY Rimfire and Hobbies. Hillbillies is Hillbilly Up. Hillbilly's got a couple channels. Mike's is MN Shooting Sports. George's is Southern Rifle. And Hasbro, yours is Hasbro's Hide, right? Or is it
Hasbro's Hide or Hasbro 1964 is how you find the shortcut.
Hasbro 1964. Justin, don't worry about him. He don't have a channel. He debuts on my channel.
I don't own a coon dog. I just hunt when somebody has one.
There you go.
But yeah, good question there. Come check us out, and all you guys in the side chat, go over and check out Leather_Action 22. See what his channel's about. Maybe give him a like and subscribe.
See, I can pull his channel up here. Give me just a second.
There's Rustic Rimfire's chiming in there too. He's got a channel called Rustic Rimfire 22.
I've watched a few of his videos. I watched one today, matter of fact.
Yep.
Got some good stuff.
Chris Lang, he has a channel called Chris Lang.
Got Fuku YT.
Yep. Fuku YT that's better known as Boomstick, but he had to change the name of his channel to Fuku YT. He may or
Hey,
may
Mike,
not
I kind of
figure
want
that
to make me
out.
think about this. Your target made me think about this. But I just jumped over to Elijah's channel, Day at the Range, and checked his 100-yard challenge out. And my Savage Mark II is still number 9 on that list.
Yeah.
With all these hand shoots and rim X's and everything else, I knew you'd appreciate that.
Well, I'm trying. I was out this week and I tried some 10x, and that was my cider group with the 10x, right? And then I shot this, that was looking
good
really
group.
good. 3 of them in, inside that half-inch spotter, and then the wind picked up, and it just
Uh-huh.
went to crap on me. So I got a 0.99 average on it, but uh, I'm trying to make my Mark II, get up there, but it ain't
That's the
happening
more
for
money.
me. Yeah, that's the more money Mark II, but that those first couple of groups tells me it'll do it, but the weather just hadn't been cooperating either.
Yep.
Too much rain, and at least tomorrow is supposed to be a dry day for our match. So
Yep. TJ
100
Fishing
yards, no
says
joke.
he just subbed to Leather Action, and Rustic Rimfire just subbed to Leather Action. We'll help you get boosted up there a little bit, buddy.
Just subscribed a minute ago.
Yeah, and tomorrow night, Hillbilly has a live called Guns, Beer, and Therapy. Check out American Hillbilly Up, and if you get over on Guns, Beer, and Therapy and get in his side chat, I'm sure he'll shout you out over there too. He's got a little more followers than I do, and that's. I tell you what, getting to know Hillbilly, that boosted my channel a whole lot. He shouted out my channel a couple nights over there, and boom, next thing I know, I was a YouTuber. I mean,
Well, maybe you fellers can get me to 2,600 tonight. Somebody texted me earlier when I was on Jamie's show and said I was 2 away from 2,600.
yeah,
But,
I'll just have to unsubscribe.
yeah, unsubscribe and subscribe again. That always helps.
Create a fake
That's
account.
the
I
worst.
like 3 times. And they get me.
Get on
That's
his
the
wife's
worst.
account and his daughter's account.
TJ Fishing.
I don't-
TJ Fishing says he'd start a channel, but everyone says he has a face perfect for the radio.
I don't know that I'd even call myself a creator though. I mean, I just like making the videos, shooting guns every now and then. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. All right, we was around to Mike, I believe it was. What you got coming up, Mike?
tomorrow morning I'm shooting a NRL Pro Series rimfire match. So we'll be shooting targets from 35 yards out to 225 tomorrow. I think they've got 11 stages and 100 rounds set up for the course of fire. So that's kind of going to be my main thing. The other thing I'm going to try to do here this week is the video that I actually shot it about 2 weeks ago, but I released this morning with the budget Mark II, or the budget, not Mark II, the budget 1022. I'm gonna start doing some more videos and shooting some more of that, and trying to make some improvements on the accuracy on that rifle here. So that'll be coming up in a couple of weeks, and then I've got another target that I kind of alluded to last week that I've got some stuff already footage canned for. That'll be another challenge down the road here a little bit, but I'm not in any hurry to do it. So but that's about it. Wish I could come to Kentucky here in a week or 2 weeks or whatever. I really do, but it's just not going to be in the cards for me probably.
Be nice to have you.
We sure would like to have
What?
you, man. That would be awesome.
Well,
We'd have plenty of things for you to shoot. There's
Yeah.
no doubt of that.
and might talk offline here or something, but heck, even if there was a way to depending on what time of the day it is and when you're doing it and whatnot, but if we could live chat back and forth on phones or something, and I can go to my range and and we can do something like that,
Satellite match.
Yeah, collaboration. Yeah.
Yep. But who knows? I'd rather try to make it out there, but again, it'll be tough for me with
Oh yeah.
things
Well,
at home
I
right
mean,
now.
we'll do it again sometime. Like I said, I'd
Yeah.
like to get out. I'd like to get out your way sometime. Do one of those long gong challenges. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see.
Yep, Billy. What you got coming
Yeah.
up, buddy?
Give me a second here. I had went over and subbed the leather action. He's got some really nice leather work over there on some shorts and stuff.
Yeah, I was looking at his channel. Looks like he's got some nice rifles too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, oh man, what I got coming up? Tomorrow night we got Guns, Beer, and Therapy, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. If you can make it, we'd love to have you. We just always try to have a good time over there, and always do a giveaway, and so I got videos coming out. Oh my goodness, I got a lot of videos. I got a couple suppressors from Anechoic they sent, so I got some of those videos to get out there, a 30 caliber and a 35 caliber, and then I got from Bear Creek. I got I already had the Grizzly 101 pistol, which I absolutely love, and it's basically the size like the Glock 17 Gen 3. But out of all the other Glock clones, Glocks and Glock clones, they all feel the same pretty much in the hand, for most part, But this Grizzly, the way they did this grip on this, I absolutely love it. It feels just like a Smith and Wesson. I mean, blindfolded, I think if I had Smith and Wesson, semi-automatic in one hand and that in the other hand, it'd be hard to tell the difference because I really like it. But they sent me out the 101, and that is the smaller compact version, and that's the Glock 19 version. And so I'll be doing some videos on it. And they sent me they're starting to do a bolt action rifles and a complete upper, and it goes right on your AR lower. So I'm real excited about that. I asked them to send me the 350 Legend bolt action, and so I got videos coming out with it, and I'm really excited about that. I almost got a higher caliber of one of those, but I got 7 grandkids, fellers, and so I need to start collecting these deer rifles that they could probably shoot also. And so plus I like a 350 Legend. There's a lot of states that use a straight wall cartridge, and so I'm really looking forward to see how accurate it is. I'll be shooting it on paper from like 50 75 yards, so we'll slap a scope on it and throw it on a bench. So I'm really excited about that one. And plus, we'll probably suppress it too. So, yeah. Thanks for having me, Chad. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad we know a lot more about Justin now.
Yeah. So now we just got to decide who's next. But
Next turn in the barrel.
We never asked Justin if he's boxer or brief feller. I mean, I guess that was a question we missed.
So I appreciate all you guys in the panel. I value the knowledge y'all bring to the table. Doing this every week, I know y'all taking time out of your day. There's Cyclops Joe just jumped on. He subbed to Leather Action. I saw several others over there subbed.
Hey, Joe.
To Leather Action also. I appreciate you guys in the side chat helping a fellow YouTuber out. Looks like he just gained at least 8 or 10 more subs just right there in a matter of minutes. So hope that helps you out, buddy. I look forward to getting over there and viewing your channel. And thank you all for being here. Thank you, side chat, for your interactions. Thank you, Justin, for letting us put you on the spot. We'll do it again next week, same time, same place. Say good night, everybody. Let's close this thing down.
Good night,
Night, all.
everybody.
Night, y'all.
Y'all come back.